gone. Hello? Okay, why are you upside down now? All right, we're going live. And hello, can you hear me? Hello, Aaron, can you hear me? You're upside down. Why? I don't know.
Hello?
Hello? I can hear you. Hello, Aaron, can you hear me? Check, check, check. All right, guys, when you the ones that you're watching, can you please type in the chat if you can hear me? Hey, Sheriff. Welcome, Sheriff. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me? Okay, good. Let's show Aaron as well. All right, pretty cool. Can you guys all hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, well, welcome to this very first What You Focus On Expand show. So I want to quickly share what the thought is behind this. Is that okay, guys? Aaron upside down and Sharif. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Aaron, can you hear me?
Yes. Am I out the right way?
Yeah, now you're much better. All right. Look, in the past few days and weeks, this crisis has hit us like full force and totally unexpected and totally out of the blue and a little bit outrageous, in my opinion. So what I noticed is that we focus a lot on what doesn't work. We focus a lot on, oh my God, it's so bad, and this is closed, and the workshops are empty, and all this stuff. But what I would rather do is focus on the good things and focus on what works. So what this show is all about is I'm going to invite 3 amazing coaches every day. And you're going to share your best strategies or some inspiring stories around this whole thing. What happened to you? What did you notice? What did you experience? Is that okay with you guys?
Sure.
Yes? All right. All right. So let's start with Aaron. Can you tell us, quick 15 seconds, what is it that you do?
Sure. I'm a coach and I'm helping individuals and couples in relationships to create more confidence and clarity in their relationships as well as meaning and connection.
Okay. Thank you. So relationship coach. And
Relationship
Sharif,
coach, yeah.
what is it that you do, Sharif?
I am a business coach, so my coaches are and freelancers who are looking to make the next step in their career.
Okay, business coach for people who are looking to take the next step in their career. All right, thank you. So what would you like to share with us today in terms of this whole ridiculous thing? Aaron, is it a strategy or is it a story around it?
Yeah, for me, I think I've got 2 things that I would like to share. One is just something that I recently came across online, which was an Australian doctor who suggests, there's 2 ways that we can approach this whole coronavirus. We can either try and resist getting it or avoid getting it, which is really pushing people away from us, or we can actually pretend that we actually have the virus and we want to protect others. So this is why we put ourselves into isolation. It's actually out of respect and out of love for others. So it's a very different energy that we're giving off, thinking that we want to protect other people rather than trying to avoid getting something from other people. If we're avoiding it, we're pushing them away. But if we're trying to protect people, we're still embracing people, and we're sending out a message of love and respect rather than sort of rejecting other people. That was for me a very big, insightful message, which I think is a great takeaway.
Oh, okay, so what does that look like on an example? Can you give us an example what that strategy looks like?
Well, I think I'm a ballroom dancer. It was one of my hobbies. I'm a ballroom dancer. So the dancing school where I go to, it's okay. You have to have contact to dance with people, right? And this is a time now where the Swiss government have told us that we need to put ourselves into self-regulated isolation. We need to keep social distancing. And, you know, the dancing school could have just shut down and said, okay, we want to keep away from you. We want to make sure that we don't get the coronavirus. But what they've decided to do is they've put on their innovative mindset and they've gone, how can we continue to offer dancing lessons and keep the community together? Because it's a very nice community that we have.
Okay.
So what they've done is they've created an online program where you can log in like we're doing now and we can have our dancing lessons still at home.
Ah, nice.
So in a way, it's you know we're protecting each other. We want to make sure that we respect and love each other by not giving the virus to anybody else if we do have it. But we're not just going, okay, we'll just stay away from me. We're not going to dance anymore. We're not going to have contact until we've been given further notice. So we're using this mentality of still embracing what we have and being innovative. How can we still do what we love in a different modality?
A different setting. Okay, get creative. Yeah, so this is like bringing out the best in us.
Bringing out the best in us.
Get creative. Thanks very much, Aaron.
Yeah, pleasure.
Yeah, nice little anecdote about dancing online. That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure I would want to do this forever, but probably a nice alternative.
Maybe you can demonstrate to us how that works. So
yeah. Cha-cha-cha.
Nice. Welcome, Anya. Thanks for joining. And thank you for all of you three for showing up at such short notice, because I had this inspired thought this morning. Let's do something contrary to what everybody else does, like talk about how bad it is and all that stuff. So let's focus on something else. Anya, can you tell us quickly what you do in a nutshell? Can you hear me? Hello, hello? Anya, can you hear me? I can hear the baby in the background. All right, let's switch to Sharif. Sharif, what is it that you would like to share with us today in regards of this whole madness?
Yeah, so first of all, I wonder when people speak about the so-called social distancing. It's a sort of an anti-social distancing. I'm not sure what is social about it, but it is simply distancing. And building on that, when we met 10 days ago in...
Okay, your internet connection seems to be... Hello? Hello, hello? Hello? Anya, can you hear me? Okay, well, in the meantime, I want to share something of mine, an anecdote of last week. Last week, we had an event called the Master Presenter, and there was 31 people registered, a couple canceled, but only 11 people showed up. And out of the 11 people, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Okay, I'm going to show you here. Anya, can you hear me? Anya, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right, whoever's watching, can you type if you can hear me or if you can't? Because I'm not sure if this is working. All right, everybody left. Okay, all right, it's just me and you guys. So what I want to share with you is a little anecdote of last week, because what we always say as coaches and trainers is workshops are not to be canceled. We're just going to go through with it. So I wasn't sure last week what was going to happen with the workshop that we had. And what we did anyway, we showed up anyway. So out of 31 people, 11 showed up to the Master Presenter. And in this group of 11, there was one young kid who... So the Master Presenter is basically about learning how to present in front of people in a safe environment. We bring them up slowly so people can get adjusted to speaking in front of people, which is for some people a big fear. And what we did then was we we practiced in small groups, and then we practiced in a larger group with 11 people. And at the end of the workshop, he shared with all of us that he's been afraid of publicly speaking for 4 years, because ever since an incident where a presentation he had to do didn't work so well, and it's been troubling him. And he does have to do this for living in his profession, and he couldn't anymore. And because we put up this workshop, and because we said let's go through with it, I met this young kid who's really amazed me, and I'm really, really happy that we did and went through with it anyway. So this was my experience, a little positive anecdote over just continue to do what you do, just adjust and be flexible a little bit. So the workshop was smaller, but it was nonetheless very, very useful, I think. All right, you guys are all back. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes. All right, now welcome, Anja. Can you share with us a little bit what you do, please?
Yes, thanks a lot for this call today. So what I do, I live in Germany. My name is Anja, and I help women to invest in real estate. Women who want to do it but don't know how, and I give them the know-how and the experience that I have, and so that they get successful. That's what I do.
Okay, good. So what would you like to share with us today? Thank you, Anja. In terms of positive story or strategy, or something you know.
Actually, I have just a story that happened today, which is basically both a story and a strategy in at the same time, because I was thinking, okay, today it's a wonderful day of sunshine. I live south of Munich, and I needed to go outside just a bit and just breathe and get some sun. So I said, okay, this is, I think, the best thing for me to do. So I do it because it's good for me right now. Went outside, had a walk, then I did some stretching in the forest and stuff like that, so as to get my brain positive and just push my body up and be fine. And then I somehow had the feeling I'm just in the right spot now. Something funny is going to happen. Something really good and positive is going to happen in all this mess that's outside. And just then, actually, you called me to say, like, hey, do you want to join us this afternoon for a call all together? So I was just basically doing good stuff for me, and the universe brought me your call, and now we're all here. And I'm just another time convinced that what you put your mind on really expands. So if you stay positive and you think positive and you do positive things to yourself, then you attract more of that.
Yes, 100%. Thank you very much for sharing this. Yeah, the universe works in mysterious ways, if that's what you believe. Yesterday, I listened to a really interesting talk with a doctor from Germany, and he talked about virus and the hysteria. And what he said was, this is something really interesting, and this got me thinking. He says that any virus, so every year we have this influenza, different types of colds and all these kinds of viruses based on people staying inside more and not enough sunlight and not going outside, keep being cooped up. And that's how these viruses can expand and grow. But what he says was that a negative mindset is really harmful to your immune system. And what happens now when everybody's afraid and panicking and out there, oh my God, what happens to the immune system? You weaken your immune system. And this virus, if you're really strong and you have a good immune system, can't really do much to you. But using this is kind of like a counterproductive thing that happens right now. People all being afraid, weakening their own immune system, being more susceptible to getting sick.
Absolutely. And I totally agree with you, like going outside, or at least to a balcony, to a window, having some sun, and just doing everything that's good for your body. That's good. And also, I mean, research has shown that once you are in a state of fear, a lot of fear, you're not really thinking anymore. You're just doing very basic decisions of like friend or foe, yes or no. But you're not like thinking rationally anymore, really. That's what we need most, I think, in these times. Just think, okay, it is not good outside, but how can we turn it around? How can we see a positive thing in all this?
Yeah, we don't want to reverse back and start thinking with our medulla brain, our instinct brain. We're going to be only in fight or flight mode. So either I fight with you or I fight with you. I would say to be in. Yeah, thank you, Anja, for this. For sharing this, and this, encourages all of us to keep going the way we're going as coaches.
Yes.
Right,
and
yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that it both applies for private stuff as well as for the business.
Yes.
It's just the same. What you focus on expands, and if you ask yourself the right questions, and like, how can I turn this into an opportunity instead of just being negative about like maybe some turnover that is not coming. Think about how can I make some turnover although this crisis or because of this crisis even.
Yes.
And
Very good
and
point.
just ask the right questions.
Ask yourself, what would you like instead? What would I like instead? Okay, so this month wasn't so great. What would I like instead?
Yeah.
And I think as well, it's my partner said to me yesterday, he said, when you buy a new car or you buy a new pair of shoes, you see it everywhere. So it's, and this is really a reflection of the mind expands, what it's thinking of and what its intention is. And, it's important for us to get in contact with people. We have the means and the modalities now to get in contact with people so easily. If this had happened 20 years ago, none of us would have been able here to be talking like we are now. Like having 4 of us on a conference call live would never have been possible, And I spoke to my sisters. They're on holidays in Mauritius at the moment with their partners, and they're about to go back to Australia. They have 2 weeks self-isolation. But this is beautiful. They get another 2 weeks to spend together at home, And
Yeah, that's the mindset.
yeah, my mother gets to look after the grandchildren. She's really happy about that, and the kids are really happy. So it's important that we get in contact with people and ask them, what's some positive stuff that's coming out, like you've done today, Natalie. I think it's brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, wow, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, think of that, and even the kids, they're probably really happy now.
Very happy.
Actually, the kids. I mean, I spoke to a friend. She's got a 7-year-old daughter, and the daughter was like, "Why are you watching TV all the time?" And she's like, just living on her normal life. She's at home. She's fantastic. Just a bit of homework, and I thought, let's just do it like the kids. They somehow they are naturally having a good mindset because they're just too small to notice everything that is around.
Yeah, very good point. Sharif, can you hear us now? Can you please say something?
Now I can hear you. The question is, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you guys?
Because I started to talk for a bit and then I'm not with you anymore.
Okay. Yes. So let's go back to you. So you share with us what you do. You help people.
So my takeaway and the way I used to. So I mentioned to you 10 days ago we had our Freedom Intensive course. And there I realized my original plan was I would like to do some workshops for strength coaching, because I noticed the topic of talent is one where everyone gets sort of open tool, would like to listen, a set of workshops face to face. And we started to book hotels and have contacts and visit venues and all that stuff. And then in this workshop, you mentioned that actually the workshops or the face-to-face to get the sort of butts on the seats is the most difficult one. I said, I started to scratch my head and say, okay, now with Corona and this difficulty, that's not going to work. And immediately on spot, sort of, I changed plan. I said, okay, instead of doing that face-to-face, let's do that online, and let's have coaching, sort of a coaching program for my segment, where instead of them coming one day, we make a sort of a cohort. So they attend like six sessions, starting with and coaching in between. And that was sort of the trigger to say, okay, let's do it. And more when I see the Corona thing and people getting more worried about their jobs and all that, actually that increases the demand, if you want.
Yes.
Now the difficulty though is to find the candidates, but I rely on you, Natalie, to get the funnel there, the base funnel. And sort of now I'm starting to write the content, and I'm getting on track to redefine my offering, not for Corona reasons, but also for the sake of getting a better success in terms of finding my leads.
Yes, very, very good. Thank you, Sharif. And the positive side also is going to be that a lot more people are going to be able to benefit, because they don't have to travel to Tessin now to come see you. They can just click on their computer and join. And one of my friends from the mastermind that I had joined, she's doing really well. She's doing online workshops, and this is for all coaches. Another idea, online workshops, full day, one day. What she does is she packs stuff in a box, sends it to the participants, just like we're handing out folders at our events. And they get a nice little post. The mailman shows up with a nice little package, nice little care package for the event. And she puts people into different rooms online and lets them practice together. So all the things we do live, a lot of the things, not all, but a lot of the things we can all do online as well in this time.
Yeah.
All right, I'm very glad for you. Okay, cool. So this kind of concludes, I think. Anything you want to add to what we discussed before?
Let's go out and innovate.
Yeah. So let's end with one word for our audience. One word each. What would you like to say?
Inspiring.
Inspiring. Thank you, Sharif. Anya?
Positive.
Positive. Aaron?
Innovation.
Innovation. Thank you. For me, it's passion. Be passionate about what you do, and it doesn't really matter if it's online or offline or whatever format we're going to use in the future. So tomorrow we're going to do the same thing at 1:30. If you guys want to come and join and watch and support and share, that'll be great. And let's rock this planet together. Thank you very much. Again, you guys are so flexible. 2 hours before I called up, sure, we got to do Facebook Live with you. All right, now I have to figure out how to turn this off.
There is a button on the top right.
Top right. Okay, everybody's leaving?
Yes, thanks a lot.
Okay, I found the button. Yay, bye-bye, Anya.
Bye-bye.